All right. Hey, so welcome back to another episode of Freedom Blueprint Podcast. We are here, as you can probably hear some background noise. We are live at PHCC in San Diego. Sunny San Diego. It has been so nice.
You say live?
Yeah.
We are live?
Well, I mean, we're live, like we're filming here live. We're
not streaming.
We're not streaming live.
Okay.
Did that make you nervous?
A little bit.
All right, so we are hanging out today. I'm going to have to call you Miss Mini Split.
Yeah.
So
you can call me Rachel too. That's fine.
Okay.
Either one.
Miss Mini Split's pretty cool. We'll go with Rachel. So Rachel's hanging out with us today. You are out of San Diego area, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, I've got a couple trucks, got a couple guys. I really take pride in that we're not like a sales company, and I don't model my business off of the sales structure.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole model of like trying to squeeze the customer for every dollar that they can. I'm really against that kind of business model.
Okay. So focus is probably on quality and keeping them.
Yeah.
As customers. That's a good.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of tradespeople, are kind of thrown out in the fire without any kind of training. But I actually have a lot of certifications and training that really nobody else has. They just, when I started, I made that investment to learn electrical. Like I actually know how to work. I understand electrical theory.
Right.
I know how to read a wiring diagram. And a lot of people don't. They just know how to kind of change parts.
Or how to sell them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how long has your business been around now?
I'm going on like my 6th year.
Nice.
And that's, one thing that customers might say is, how do I know that you're still going to be around because I'm kind of a new business? But I think a more important question is, when am I going to sell out to a private equity company?
Okay.
Which the answer is never. And all those guys who've been in business for 40 plus years or even 20 years, they sold out to a private equity, and you don't have the same relationship, really. And they don't have to, when somebody sells, they don't have to, the new company, the new owner doesn't have to honor the previous maintenance agreements or warranties that the original contractor had.
Right. So, I mean, honestly, though, 6 years is not new.
No, yeah.
I mean, in the trades today, that's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
So now, how did you end up getting started? Because your primary focus is HVAC, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got fired from working at a preschool. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, that's quite a jump.
I did work at a preschool, but I didn't get fired. But no, I quit because my boyfriend at the time was in construction, and he had these guys working for him that were making $5 an hour more than I was, and they had no college education, and I had a college degree. So, and I always thought that I would like construction.
Yeah.
And I kind of always had that, but never thought that anybody would take me seriously. So that, the money was part of what inspired me, but I would never have done it for the money if I didn't also have that intrinsic desire and drive to go that direction.
Okay. So that's a pretty big jump. So when you came into the industry, what were you doing for the company?
Well, my first job in construction was actually as a countertopper finisher.
Okay.
And in order to do that job, you have to carry around like a small air compressor and some other tools. And the hiring manager actually told me that he wasn't going to hire me because I was too small and probably not strong enough to handle the workload. And I love thinking back to that because of the workload of HVAC, and like if only he saw me installing a 200-pound condenser, you know what I mean? But so I didn't like that job, and what I was doing in my very first job, which I feel like was a huge advantage over other tradespeople, was that I was an apprentice to a lone HVAC contractor who also did refrigeration. And
Okay.
so when they say like, oh, I was under his wing, I was literally under his wing. Like his arms would be up here and I'd be down there, with the meter. And he's like, okay, now put the meter there and put the other probe there. And, what does it say? And I remember telling him like 0 or 1, 24, whatever it said. And he's like, okay, that means it's closed or open or whatever.
Right.
And I think that type of mentorship in the beginning was a huge reason why I was able to excel so quickly in my understanding of the trade compared to a lot of other people.
And then how long did it take you until you started your own company?
Well, I've always kind of struggled with the routine of being an employee. And so I always knew that I always figured I wanted to start a business. So early on in the trade, I looked into the requirements of becoming a licensed contractor and becoming a business owner.
Yep.
And I aimed for that immediately. And I found out that you only have to work in the trade for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to that, 1 year of apprenticeship. So when I was 4 years, in the trade, that means I had 1 year of apprenticeship and 3 years in the trade. And that was when I started my application, because I also had college education that you can use towards it.
Oh, yeah.
So by the time I hit 5 years in the trade, I was able to get my contractor's license.
And then from that point, you're like, it's on.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I broke the glass ceiling, Yeah, it was definitely. I joke a lot that it was happier than the day I found out I was pregnant.
Well, that's a lot of weight, because California it's got a pretty tough requirement.
Yeah, there are
pretty tough test.
Yeah, there are a lot of restrictions. The test, it would have been difficult if I hadn't gone to contractor's licensing school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a lot more difficult. But they did a really good job in prepping us for that, for the business and the trade side.
So you get your license, and then you're like, that's it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know what percentage, but I'm guessing less than 5% are female-owned HVAC businesses.
Yeah.
5% might be a high number.
That's probably a high number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you started out, was it just you?
It was just me. Actually, I met my husband when I was just before my contractor's license, while I was in the process of the application, and then we had a baby when my license was awarded. So I was being a stay-at-home mom and developing my business and running jobs, and sometimes taking my baby to the job site to tell the guys. And I remember we had my general contractor had just started working for a very well-known investor in San Diego County, and this investor was like, "Why the F is there a baby on the job site?"
It's a new apprentice program we've started. We've got to start it young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and but now it's been I've worked with that investor in the company and this GC for many years now. And so it's all good now. But it was funny at first.
Funny. But so when you started, was it just was your husband in the trades?
No, he was a superintendent for a large construction firm.
Okay.
So some of the projects that he worked on were like remodeling public schools or
big commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing schools, government buildings, that sort of stuff. So now he's branched. He quit that and he went back to being a GC.
Okay. So when you started, just you and a truck?
Yeah, pretty much. Me and a truck, and then I was. There were some other HVAC contractors that were loan guys, and so I would pay them, to do the work for me.
Okay.
And then once in a while I would hire from Labor Ready if it was like just to do something that wasn't, that was kind of easier. So
now your business is a little bit bigger now. So what does it look like today for Evans HVAC?
So now I have 3 vans in the fleet, 3 guys. One of the vans is mine. 2 of the guys share a van. They carpool.
Takes 2 guys to do what you can do in one.
Well, yeah, an install is a different game. Yeah. So my goal is to have 2 installers and 1 service guy, Right now it's 3 installers, and then I sent one of the installers to do service calls sometimes.
Okay. So what's your primary objective today? Like, what are you doing in the day-to-day part of the business?
I'm doing all the back end stuff right
Okay.
now. Yeah, and trying to I'm still in the business development side where I'm like trying to develop the processes so that I could be able to hand over the administrative tasks to an office person.
So what, so obviously you've got a pretty good following on Instagram,
Yeah.
the Miss Mini Split.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How did that get started?
So that actually started more than a year after I was in business.
Okay.
And I had my second baby, and I was doing the stay-at-home mom thing, and sometimes I would just have downtime, and so I would make videos in my front yard and like put my clothes on and have my baby right there and just make like work videos, just to kind of something to do. And
That's pretty awesome.
And so I had another like a personal Instagram that I've had for a long time, which I never used. And then I started Miss Mini Split just to make work videos, and that one has become like a lot more. Well, it's public, and my private one's private.
So I want to say that there's a sign of so much grit that you have, right? From being a leader in the trades, right? Being a female leader in the trades, which is rare. And then on top of it, like you're taking your baby to job sites. That's awesome. Like I remember, so Chris and I, when we had our first business, like our youngest, like she was in the crib in the office with us.
Yeah.
We never took them to any job sites. Not that we wouldn't have, but I think that's pretty awesome. And then on top of it, you're trying to think of ways to grow your business, and you're making videos and just like,
Yeah. Doing what I can.
I think that's
Trying
fantastic.
to do what I can. Yeah.
Good. So what does the future look like for Evans HVAC now?
Well, my goal is to be the next Miss Anderson of San Diego County.
Okay. All right. I definitely see her vans around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any interest in adding other trades? Or are you going to stay focused on HVAC?
I'm not planning on adding other trades or otherwise diversifying. If anything, I might open a business that does something completely different.
Okay.
Related, but different enough to where it wouldn't make sense to integrate it.
Gotcha.
I might do something like a little bit more on the construction end, maybe building maintenance, have like a building maintenance or like a cleaning company or something like that.
Very cool. Well, Rachel, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. Awesome to learn a little bit about you.
You didn't ask about my childhood trauma.
Oh, I didn't. The stage is yours.
No, I'm just kidding.
The stage is yours.
Yeah.
Well, very
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very good to meet you. Excited to keep watching your journey. And you guys go check her out, Miss Mini Split on Instagram, and check out some of her stories.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.